Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and today we're going to be looking at how to build Phantom Knights. Now, Phantom Knights is a deck that is based around XYZ summoning and also Link summoning. Depending on the variant, you could also Synchro summon, but I don't think we're going to be doing that in this deck. Now, Phantom Knights have been around for a good 6 years, I would have to say. At least 6 years, or 5 years. But let's get right into it. And the main Phantom Knights that we're going to want, it is 2 boot, 2 glove, 3 scale, 3 boots. Now the reasoning behind these, your ragged gloves, you could banish it from your graveyard, send 1 Phantom Knight card from your deck to the graveyard. Also, if you use it for an XYZ summon of a dark XYZ monster, it gains 1000 attack. Then Cloak is a card that searches everything in your deck that has the label of the Phantom Knights. And it is one of the better cards in the deck. Then we have the brand new starter being Torn Scale. Torn Scale is discard 1 card, send 1 Phantom Knight card from your deck to the graveyard, except Torn Scale. If another Phantom Knight card in your graveyard is banished, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. This is our starter, so this is one of the cards that we want to see turn 1. And then we have Boots. Everyone knows what Boots is. You special summon it if you control a Phantom Knight monster. On top of, you get to search a Phantom Knight spell or trap card. Now, other Phantom Knights you can run the 1 Stain. It is there so you could special summon 1 Phantom Knight monster from your deck. It's an extender. And you could also increase it by 1 if you want. But overall, the ratio is 1, then 1 to 2 of the gloves, double or triple cloak. So I'm just going to put a 3rd cloak in there for later. 3 Torn Scale, 3 boots. Now, let's do the spells and traps real quick. So the ones that you need 3 of is Fogblade, because everyone knows what Fogblade is because of past history. The 1 Shade Brigandine, and the 1 Phantom Knight's Wing. So, Phantom Knight's Wing is a 500 attack boost. Also, the first time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn, it is not. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 of the Phantom Knight's monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. So it is destruction prevention for once a turn for the turn. And it also extends, which is what we need, and most of the time you are going to be sending it off of your gloves. Then we have the 1 Shade Brigandine. It is the 1 card extender. It's very good. Then the 3 Fogblade. Everyone knows Fogblade. You can get away without running Shade Brigandine, but depending on your build, but I think we're going to be running it. Now for the spells, we only need 1 of the Rank Up Magic Force, because it's only going to be used to go into your Arc Rebellion or your other Rebellion, Arc Rebellion, and all the others. And then for the XYZs, we're going to need the Double Break Sword and the 1 Raider's Knight. Double Break Sword because it gets you into the Raider's Knight and also pops a card, and Raider's Knight allows you to special summon 1 Phantom Knight, Raid Raptor, or XYZ Dragon, XYZ monster that is 1 rank higher or lower than this card by using this face-up card you control, but destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. So most of the time what you're doing, you're going to be going into your Arc Rebellion or Requiem Dragon, either to stun your opponent for a turn if you're going first, or OTK your opponent if you're going second. And this is all the Phantom Knights that you're going to need. Now, some of the cards that I mentioned being, so Rebellion Dragons. So the Rebellion Dragons, we're going to need 1 of each, Dark Rebellion and Arc Rebellion. And the Dark Requiem, because it is the triad that you want to run. Requiem is the OTK machine. Arc Rebellion is the negation. And Dark Rebellion is cut in half to gain half. And those are the only 3 we need. Oh, excuse me. A little tired still. Now, one of the best cards in the deck is Forbidden Droplets. But if you don't have Forbidden Droplets, you can run things like if you're on a budget, instead of things like this, you can run Allure Darkness or Forbidden Chalice. Or if you don't have something like a Divine Arsenal, because we're going to be running Divine Arsenal, you can run something like another rank 4 Dark XYZ that does a lot, being like Time Thief Redoer, since that's also very good. And after that, let's get into some staples. So Foolish Burial is a great card because it's a foolish burial. Called by the Grave, it's always good to have the one of. Reinforcements of the army, because you are running a warrior based deck. And since we're dealing with a lot of level 3s, Cherubini. Very good. After that, we also can do a Psychic Wielder engine or a BA engine. I prefer the Burning Abyss engine because you just need Graph and your Seer. That's not Seer. You just need Graph and Seer. I don't think you need any others, because you go summon out your Graph, or you send the Graph, summon out Seer, link for 3s, summon out the Graph, and it's just there. And since we're running this, we can run Tour Guide. Tour Guide from the Underworld. With Tour Guide, she is not dead if you draw 1. Like, if you're out of your Burning Abyss, you still have another Tour Guide in your deck, which is still very good. And if we wanted to, we could run Dante, but I don't want to run Dante. So we are going to be running other things like Levier the Sea Dragon, because Levier the Sea Dragon is just a great staple in the deck. On top of other staples like Gossip Shadow, because who knew? Gossip Shadow turns any effect into both players draw 1. That is very good of an effect just to have. And also we're going to need to get our Nightmares in, which is the Phoenix and the Unicorn. After that, I don't know how I forgot this. You need the Bardiche. Bardiche is a great link monster because it's like, oh, it's 2 darks. You get to send a Phantom Knight monster from your deck to the graveyard. Set one of your spell and trap cards. Most likely you're setting Fogblade. That's actually very good. Now, you could also run the options of Danger, Tsuchinoko, and Jackalope. But I'm trying to make the deck where it's gonna be 100% playable all the time. And let's just get our hand traps in for this format. It is Ash Blossom and the Cypherm Gamma, which that's all the hand traps you really need this format, and both of them are pretty honestly budget, even though Ash was $15 and up. Excuse me. And now let's think of what else we could put in. Now, since the deck can, we are just gonna run the 1 IP Masquerade because going into Unicorn is so beneficial. And for the last extra deck monster, and access code talker. I can't speak right now. And then finally we have up to 6 spaces left, and that is where your guys' choices can go into it. You can run things like Kagamucha Knight, Psychic Wielder, Dangers, And honestly, dangers are, these two are the best that we could really play. And outside of that, trying to think of what else we could play. Because a lot of the decks look nearly the same outside of like 1 to 2 choices. So it's hard to pick, oh, what do we want? Since, yeah, it's looking nearly the same. That's a lot of others. Oh, excuse me. So after this, let's just do the Psychic Wielders. The one tracker, the one wielder, then the emergency teleport. So many one-ofs in the deck. And finally, do we want to run? What do we want to run? I could make it a 40 card deck, or I can. Third cloak's there. And let's do a test hand to see. Okay, this here is a very great hand. So we just normal summon our Torn Scale, activate the effect of Torn Scale, discarding our Ash Blossom. Effect the Torn Scale gets to send. It is our cloak. Then we get a special summon out the boots, go into the Cherubini, effect of Cherubini. We're going to send the graph. Effect of graph is going to summon out the Seer. Then we're going to activate the effects of our Ragged Gloves. Then we get to send the... Which ones do we send? I think we are going to send Wing. And then we get to effect Torn Scale. Torn Scale gets to summon itself. And then what we can do? Okay, we get to go into the night. Summon out. After that, I think we're going to go into Gossip Shadow using Torn Scale and the Silent Boots. Then we're going to go up into the Bardiche, effect of the Seer, summon back out the Cherubini, activate the effect of our Rusty Bardiche, sending Cloak to set. Which one do we want to set? That's the real, I'm gonna set this. After that, we're gonna activate our Cloak, and we have myriads of targets to grab, and most likely I am going to grab this is where it gets a little difficult. Yeah, we're gonna grab that. And now we just set the droplet, and that's really all we could do. But let's do another test hand, and this is a very great hand because we open up the main line that we need for Cherubini. Effect of the graph, summon out. Activate this, sending the... Oh, what do we send? I guess we send gloves to target the Cherubini. After that, we're going to use the effect of the gloves to send the Cloak. Then we're going to send Cloak or banish Cloak to grab boots. After that, we're going to go up into our Bardiche. Use the effect of Seer, summon it back out our Cherubini. And we're not going to increase the level. Then we're going to special summon out our boots. And we still have a Monster Reborn in our hand. So after this, we are going to go into Levier the Sea Dragon. And then this, we get to detach one, summon back out our Cloak. I think we need Appaloosa. And then after this, we're going to summon back out our Stained Glaives. And we can go... This is where an Appaloosa would be nice. Well, we could go into a Gossip Shadow. And then after that... Or we could have gone into an IP Masquerena. So let's just add that Appaloosa real quick. Because Appaloosa is a great card. And the card that we're most likely going to cut is going to be Gossip Shadow, because it's okay. But I would rather have the multiple negates with the Appaloosa. So Torn Scale here is the full 1-card combo. Trying to remember the full combo. And we're going to send our... Cloak. Activate the effect of Cloak. So we can grab our lovely boots. Effective Ragged Gloves. We get to send one to the graveyard. And I'm going to send the Fog Blade this time. After that, we're going to special summon our boots. Link away into Cherubini, because Cherubini is just a great card. Use the effect, and we're going to send our Graph. And then Graph is going to trigger. Like, this deck just has a lot of consistency. You just have to build it correctly. And then after that, we are going to activate our boots to search. Most likely we're just going to search out our Fog Blade, because we open up and I forgot to use the Torn Scale effect. Oh, lovely. So we're going to go up into our Bardiche, summon out, and then use the effect of Bardiche. And what we're going to be sending, we are going to send boots, because we really... I botched that up so bad. But this hand... I rarely play Phantom Knight, but I know deck building. So let's just see where we can go. We are going to send our lovely boots, and then use Ragged Gloves to send our Ancient Cloak. Special out the Wielder. Have our graveyard set up. Summon out Cherubini. Use the effect of Cherubini. And we're going to send... This is why I love the Burning Abyss. And if you're still watching, I appreciate it. So then we're going to go Cloak, and Cloak is going to search out boots. After that, we're going to trigger our Torn Scale and not forget about that. Special out our boots and go up into our Bardiche. And then after that, we're going to summon out Cherubini. Then we're going to use the Cherubini, the Torn Scale, and the boots to summon out an Appaloosa. Activate Boots effect. Searching out Fog Blade. Sad we can't get another monster out on the field. Activate Bardiche. Sending one that we don't have in graveyard, which is our Glaive. And then we're going to set our Wing. Setting the other Fog Blade and banishing this to summon out the Cloak. But we can't do anything else after that, because I'm bad at playing this deck. I will admit I'm bad at playing this deck. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy me building this, because I know a few people in Discords have been asking for Phantom Knight lists. So this is the only thing I can really think of on how to build it. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed and want to see more content like this, please subscribe for future content, as I upload it every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.